Namaskar and welcome to Pragya Mishra online classes. Now today's topic is rank of matrix. First we define what is the rank of matrix. Now the rank of matrix A is the order of any highest order non-vanishing determinant of the matrix. And we denote it by a symbol rho. So rho of A is R. It means there will exist at least one determinant of order R that is not equal to 0. And every determinant of order R plus 1 is 0. It means rank of matrix is R means the determinant of higher order. Every determinant of higher order of that matrix is 0. For example, if we take this matrix, we can see here determinant of order A is 0 because here first and second rows are same. So determinant of this matrix is of order 3 is 0. So the rank of matrix A cannot be 3 here. Now if we consider this determinant of order 2, this one, then the value of this determinant is not 0. So this is non-zero determinant, and so we can say the rank of determinant A is 2. Again, if we consider determinant of order 2 like this, 2, 1, 4, 2. If we take this determinant of order 2, then value of this determinant will be 0. Also, if we take this determinant of order 2 containing 1, 1, 2, 2 element, then the value of this determinant is also 0. But we can see here that there is existing at least one determinant, the value whose value is not equal to 0. So here the rank of this matrix is 2. Now we can obtain the rank of matrix by elementary transformation. And now what is the elementary transformation? First elementary transformation is the interchange of ith row or ith column by jth row or jth column. It means we can interchange any two rows to each other, or we can interchange any two columns to each other. Next is scaling. It means the multiplication of the element of ith row by a non-zero scalar k, and that is denoted by Ri is changed to k of Rj. These elementary transformation do not change the basic nature of matrix. In same way, we can change any column by k of Ci. Now combining the addition to the element of ith row of k times the element of jth row. So we can, it is denoted by Ri is changed to Ri plus minus k of Rj, or Ci can be changed to Ci plus minus K of Cj. So the operation applied on row are called row transformation, and the operation applied on column is called column transformation. Now there are mainly three methods to find the rank of matrix. First, that is to find the largest order non-vanishing determinant of matrix A that I have shown you in first example. But this method is very tedious if we have higher order matrix and if we have matrix with more complex terms. So we mainly prefer second method, that is the reducing matrix A to the echelon form. And there is also a third method to reduce matrix A to normal form. Now I have shown you the first method. Now we come to second method, that is echelon form. All the zero rows or any zero row follows the non-zero rows. In echelon form, all the zero rows or any zero rows follows the non-zero rows. And the number of zeros before the first non-zero element in first, second, third row should be in increasing order. Then the rank of matrix in echelon form is equal to the number of non-zero rows of the matrix. So let us see an example on it. Oh, first we have summarized definition of echelon form. Matrix A is said to be in echelon form if all zero rows or any zero rows follows the non-zero rows, and the number of zeros before the first non-zero row element in first, second, third row should be in increasing order. That I have told you. It should be noted here that if all the elements in a row of a matrix be zero, then it will be called a zero row, and the rest of the matrix, rest of the rows will called non-zero rows. Now here we use E operations to obtain a non-zero element, preferably a unit element in the first row and first column of the given matrix. And then divide the first row by, if there is no unit element at first row and first column, then we divide the first row by this non-zero element to obtain 1. So let us see this example. It is 4 cross 4 matrix. Here we can see here that this element is 1. So we have to do nothing with this. Now, our first step will be to reduce all elements in this column to 0. To do this, we use the operation R2 minus R1, R3 minus twice of R1, and R4 minus thrice of R1. So after performing these three operations, we get this form of matrix. So here A is equivalent to this one. Now, in first row, there is no zero. In second row, we obtained 1 0. In third row, we have 2 zeros. So we have to do nothing with the first, second, and third row. Now come to the fourth row. Here we can see it has 1 0 at the starting. So we have to obtain 0 in increasing order as a starting element. Here first 0, here second 0. So here our objective to obtain 3 0. And to do this, we subtract fourth row from second row. So we operate here. R4 is changed to R4 minus R2. On doing this, we get all 0 elements in last row. So here we can see now this matrix is in echelon form. All zeros are in increasing order. In first row, there is no 0, and second row, there is 1 0. In third row, there is 2 0. 1 0, it means we have to count only starting 0. There is no need to count these last zeros. Starting 0 means the 0 before any non-zero element. And in last row, we have 4 zeros. So this matrix reduces into the echelon form. Now, the row of this rank of this matrix will be the number of non-zero rows. Here we can see there 1, 2, 3. These 3 are non-zero rows because here there exists at least one element which is not equal to 0. And in fourth row, we have all elements equal to 0. So fourth row is 0 row. So the rank of matrix will be the number of non-zero rows. So in this case, we have the rank of matrix equal to 3. Now next is normal form of matrix. Normal form of matrix is represented by this form of matrix. Here, this is unit identity matrix of order R, and these are 0 matrices. So to convert any matrix to normal form, we apply E operation to convert matrix into the form containing identity matrix and at other position only 0 elements or 0 matrix. And if we get the matrix in normal form, then the rank of matrix will be the order of matrix, the order of unit matrix that we obtained here. So let us see example on this. This is an matrix. Now in first step, we have to do same thing. We have to obtain 1 here. Here it is always 1. Here it is already 1. So we have to do nothing with this element. Next, we have to convert other elements of this column to 0. And to do this, we use operations R2 minus R1, R3 minus 3R1. And now using this, we can see here that we get 0 at other positions of the first column. Now come to the second column. Now to obtain unit matrix, we have to convert into convert matrix in such a form that we get identity element or unit element only at the diagonal position. So now to convert it into the identity matrix, we have to reduce these 3 elements to 0. It means we have to reduce other 3 elements of first column to 0. And to do this, we operate these operations C2, C2 minus C1, C3 is changed to C3 minus C1, and C4 is changed to C4 plus C1. Now using these operations, we get this matrix. Now here we have 1 only at first position and other element in first column and first row are 0. Now come to this element. Now here it is already 1, so we have to do nothing with this. If it was not 1, it was not a unit, then we divide this element to get 1 here. Now Again, to transform it in unit matrix, we operate here, we perform here R3 minus R2 and C3 minus 2C2 and C4 plus 5, and sorry, this will be C4 minus 5C2. C4 minus 5C2. So after these E transformations, we get a matrix of this form. Here we can see that we are getting unit matrix of order 2, and at other places we are getting 0 or 0 matrix. So the rank of this matrix will be 2. So in this way we can obtain the rank of matrix by echelon form and by normal form. So I hope you can understand what is the concept of rank. So thank you. We will meet in next lecture. Thanks for watching.